This video is brought to you guys by Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of classes for creators. Learn new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in your own creativity. I just recently got back into working out and trying to eat healthy. And monitoring my diet and food intake is an important part of that process. And I found a course on Skillshare that talks about exactly how you're supposed to read a nutrition label. Knowing exactly what you're putting in your body, that's not always straightforward, but this course helps out with that a lot. There are courses like this and many more, because Skillshare is curated for learning. There are no ads, and new classes are launched all the time. If you click the link in the description and you're one of the first 1,000 people to sign up, you will get a free month of premium trial membership with access to all of the classes. Don't miss this chance to explore your creativity.
Banana slam jam.
My student here has actually been kind enough to rehash this idea. When you're winning, most of the time you're playing top and mid if you're Radiant. For this example, it's usually bottom and mid if you're Dire. And your farming pattern, especially on Ancient farmers, is oftentimes going to be from here all the way through here, and then you're going to farm your way backwards. And the goal is to start and end your farming minutes, because we deem farming patterns to be on the minute. That's when all the camps are going to respawn. To be on the Ancients. You want the start of it to be on the Ancients, and then the end to be on the Ancients. And the perfect efficiency is to recognize exactly how far forward you can go on the map, where you start that line, because it's going to minimize travel time. So like say you thought you could start here, and then make it all the way back to the Ancients farming all these camps. Or once you farm the Ancient camp, how far forward can you get on the minute and then start over again? And a lot of times, because there's random things happening in the game, such as a fight that just occurred, they got to pick off on the enemy carry, there's going to be things that interrupt that farming pattern and make it so that you're near the minute mark again and you're looking to start over. You know, there's no clear cut like camped for him to farm right now. He's a Sven without ulti, so he's not going to hit tower. That doesn't really do much. And the next camp for him to farm is like right here, which for 17 seconds isn't very much to do. I asked him exactly what he thought he would do in hindsight 2020, and his answer was actually correct. And because we've established that we want the Ancients to be the beginning and end of our farming pattern, in tandem with the fact that there's really nothing else to do where he's currently at right now, which is there's no jungle camps. He's not going to hit the tower because he doesn't have his ult going. His team's not here or anything. The best play was actually to TP to his tier 2 top and stack the Ancients. And that was absolutely correct. And when we're talking about farming efficiency, that's something you should absolutely consider, because if you understand how important it is that you start and end your minute on the Ancients, you should be willing to get there in any way possible. Especially when you're winning, right? Because when you're winning, you're more so just worried about farming faster. You're not worried about getting ganked and such, things that are going to slow you down. I call this the Hector TP, by the way. He started doing this the most, where he'd be farming the top half of the map and he would TP to his own Ancients. That's really important, is that he could have done that. But now, I want you guys to also understand the next level of this analysis. And it's not just about efficiency. So a lot of like optimizing this farming pattern between here and like however far forward you're going to go on whatever hero you're talking about is timing it with the idea that there's two directions on this farming pattern. One, which is farming forward, and two, which is farming backwards. It's pretty natural that alternating minutes, one goes forward, one goes back, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. At the end of the next minute, meaning like when we're done with our farming pattern, do we want to be on their side of the map or do we want to be on ours? We look at the 50-second cooldown on God Strength, and I would argue I want to be on their side of the map at the end of this 50 seconds. So not only is it a strong efficiency move to TP back to here and farm the Ancients, but what it means is for the next minute, we will be farming forwards instead of backwards. So what happens here, because he didn't do this, not only does he miss the efficiency from farming the Ancient stack, but he's now going to be farming backwards, which, given the fact that he started here, he has watched my videos, he clearly understands a lot of the stuff I'm preaching, he's perfectly correct to be making this farming pattern. But now, we are up by 9,000 gold as a Sven with God Strength sitting in our own triangle. So there's a lot of layers to this, but I hope the lesson you guys can learn is look to start and end your farming pattern at the Ancients, but you can also take it to the next level, especially if you're like 5K, 6K, 7K, where you're ending your farming pattern when you want to be strong on their side of the map, and you're ending your farming pattern when you're weak on your own side of the map. If you guys can like optimize and nail that, it's like really crucial to taking you to the next step. So hope you guys learned something. Thanks for watching. Educational tidbit, like, comment, subscribe. Did you learn anything from that? Did that help?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay.
No, that last part was fantastic. I actually didn't think that, like, being on which side of the map.
Yes.
is
So
at
what
the
I
where you
saw
want me
here
to-
that like made me weirded out is, doesn't this make you feel weird? You're like, man,
Yeah.
I'm fucking Blink God Strength Sven farming my own triangle.
Yeah.
That feels bad, right? It feels really bad.